2,000 years ago, more or less, there was a huge disturbance in an open space where something very dramatic had just happened in a neighbouring house. We're in Trafalgar Square, it doesn't matter quite where you are, but we call it Pentecost. What did Pentecost mean for them? What does it mean for you and for us now?
Pentecost meant for them, it had meant the feast of the giving of the law, God's law coming to enable the people to be God's people. And they were waiting, many Jews were waiting for God to do something new. They were living on hope. And what we find with the early church is that they still have a hope, but the hope is really suffused now with joy because something has happened, as a result of which the whole world is a different place and they're part of it. And that's a wonderful thing. It calls for great celebration.
Like there is going on all around us.
Absolutely.
Which is, I think, it's such an extraordinary place, this.
Yep. And I think the same would be true in Jerusalem. You know, people don't stop just because there's a celebration. Everyone sort of joins in, does their own thing.
So the crowd gathers, but people are still going past and making a noise.
Absolutely. But I think the key thing is that something is here launched in which we are caught up. It isn't that we're spectators. We're all invited now to be participants in the new thing that God is doing.
And if you'd met the disciples a week before the crucifixion, and you met them a week after Pentecost. What's the difference?
Well, the difference is that they are astonished. They're still trying to figure out what it's all about, but they know that God's new world has begun and that they are somehow commissioned to be part of that and to take that message out into the world.
And I suppose, and what would their character have been?
Well, clearly, as we see in the book of Acts, their character has both changed and remained the same. I mean, Peter is still a blustering, blundering chap, but he's now got this new energy and which enables him to see the new things that God is doing. And I think that's having your eyes open to see that God can and does do new things and that you can be part of that is part of what it's all about.
That's wonderful. I mean, one's always struck by the joy of the disciples.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the replacement of hope with joy. Not that you lose hope, but that we're not just waiting. Something has happened, and that's the cause of joy.